Warning! We are about to spoil Season 2 of Pushing Daisies. If you haven't seen the show and plan on watching it, then click away now. Or, if you've already seen it, or just don't care, then please, stick around.
Wow, this season's really coming together. We got some plot lines, we got mystery. Be really awesome if we didn't just end up...
Hello everybody, and welcome to Cinema Roulette. Today, we are finishing off yet another television show.
Yeah, we haven't taken too long on doing this. We'll get to that.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. We're on top of things.
Today we're finishing off a short series by Brian Fuller.
It's called Pushing Daisies.
Yeah. We probably paused longer in silence than the intro clip that I play.
Yeah. Man, sure is quiet around that silence. Sounds like we're in a morgue or something.
No, these morgues are fucking chatty.
Yeah, that is true, especially for a dead person. There's a lot of talking. Hey, wait a minute. So,
if some people want to be petty, you're in season 2. However, I already have it edited in a way so it works with the original intro, and I'm keeping that one. Fuck you.
Plus, it would just the bees are so.
Oh, I hate the sound of bees buzzing in your ear. Yeah. Well, there's also the long intro they use for 2 episodes, but then stop using.
Yeah.
Then they cut in half, and then they stopped doing that. They went back to the old one. Indecision. Indecision covers this season so much.
It really, really does, and I just completely zoned out for a split second. I am sorry. Let me get back in the game here. Let me get my head in the game, unlike the writers of this season.
Are you telling me you need to get your head in the game?
Yes, I am, and go fuck yourself. Anyway.
I have nothing to add to a High School Musical reference. Is there any other banter, or should I try to summarize this season?
I have something else to add to a High School Musical reference. A big old middle finger. Now, go ahead with the summary.
No, PG, Cameron. You couldn't hold up a middle finger. So that's kind of a bad reference.
I don't even fucking care. Middle finger to High School Musical.
It's not a good reference.
It's not a reference. I'm giving the finger to High School Musical. That's not a reference. That's me personally telling High School Musical to go fuck itself.
Hey now,
I'm a rock star.
It's better than the Heathers TV series, which isn't a high bar.
Jesus fucking Christ. High School Musical is Citizen Kane in comparison to fucking Heathers TV. That's not remotely fair, actually.
Hey, first person to cut it perfectly, so that way Cameron says High School Musical is Citizen Kane.
No. You do not do that.
I will give you $5.
Do not do that. High School Musical is Citizen Kane. I will give you $5.
Wow, we are in
if
this
you don't
state of
do
mind,
it.
aren't we?
Yes, we are. So just, bam. Let's just take it away with the summary. Just go. Just go. Just take your High School Musical and fucking go.
You can bet on it. Insert reference to a song from High School Musical 3.
God damn it.
Never mind.
I'll share that story another time of how I came to loathe entirely High School Musical.
You've already told me like multiple times.
I want to tell the audience one of these days, though, so...
Wow, that was a bunch of fucking... Okay, I'll get to the fucking summary. It's a year later after season 1. Things are going okay. Hold on, I
still need a moment.
Where the fuck do I start here?
all these notes. We're covering an entire season of 13 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. So forgive us.
Well, no. Okay, I can do 13 episodes. Like, yeah, sure. Sometimes the whole season coverage takes us 2 hours. Fine, whatever. This season, I'll say this right now, they try to start so many different plot lines, and none of them go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
we'll get to that.
Yeah. Main thing that happens at the beginning, Olive knows about who Chuck's real mother is, which is her Aunt Lily, and also still has a crush on the pie maker. She kind of snaps under pressure and goes to a nunnery. Because that's where Aunt Lily hid out when she was having Chuck. They solve a few cases, and then all of a sudden someone dies at the nunnery, so Olive gets Emerson. Gets Emerson up there, helps solve the crime. They make peace with Olive. Olive is able to move on from Ned. We say. Ned's dad is also hinted to be watching him from the shadows type deal. I'm trying to think here.
You're good.
Hey, future Justin, enjoy this. Moments of silence and try and connect them together. Okay, so Olive went to a nunnery, Olive comes back. And also Chuck knows that Lily is her mother. Because Ned finds out from Olive and is like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna fucking tell Chuck because I ain't keeping a secret from her. Ned's dad's friend, Dwight, comes up and is like, hey there, buddy. Nice to see ya. Ned also has 2 half-brothers because his dad went and had another family. We learned about this in season 1. It's not important because the half-brothers.
Who have the same eyebrows, though.
Who have the same eyebrows. Oddly specific. Dwight starts blackmailing Lily because he wants a watch that Chuck was buried with, that was her father's watch, and Dwight served with Chuck's father as well. In military times, because Chuck's dad is a military person. Dwight finds out Chuck is alive. I'm sorry, if I'm cutting around this sounds like it's not going well. It's because it isn't, and we'll get to it.
Yep, it's just bear with us, please.
Bear with us for this. Vivian also falls in love with Dwight because Dwight wants to use her to get the watch Chuck has. Lily steals the watch back. Well, okay. Dwight gets the watch. However, Lily figures this out and steals the watch back and Dwight's watch. Dwight, however, thinks Chuck stole it because he knows Chuck is alive, and we never find out why these watches are important.
Oh yeah, that's never resolved, is it?
It isn't.
Shit.
Ned wakes up Chuck's father to find out if Dwight is dangerous and also give Chuck some final moments with her father. However, Chuck also tricks Ned into keeping her father alive. Luckily, this caused Dwight, who was about to shoot Ned and Chuck in the back of the head with a sniper rifle, to die because of the rules of the touch.
Yep, so literally dodged a bullet there.
Yes. However, now Chuck's dad is alive, and he is a stick in the mud and a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Basically saying like, at any moment, you could just trip and kill my daughter. How dare you? And how dare you put me under rules because he's been dead for over a decade, so his skin is all melty and gross, and he has to dress like the Invisible Man.
Mm-hmm.
And Ned's like, hey, yo, can you stay hidden so that way the police don't come for me? And they start asking weird questions like, hey, why can you bring people back from the dead? But Dad sucks. I forget what Ned does in order to prove himself in a way.
To who about what?
To Chuck's dad. No. Chuck's dad gives Chuck an ultimatum like, hey, we could run off and just live together. Finally, daughter and father, out on the road, it won't matter. And of course Chuck chooses Ned because Ned's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad's like, I understand. And then he runs away and we never see him again.
Yep, steals Ned's car and then just runs away.
Due to a car crash and multiple other events that happen, Ned and Olive are saved by Ned's dad. So that's neat. Ned stops doing cases for a bit. That stops later. It lasts less than an episode. The dog trainer lady from season 1 comes back and has a thing with Emerson, which is very cute. She appeared in an episode earlier, but I forgot to mention. She comes back this episode. Emerson runs into his wife again because she's the suspect of a murder. However, he proves that she didn't do it. She offers the technical trade here to prove she was innocent is to see his biological daughter. Gets kind of tricked, but still does see his daughter as his wife drives off.
Mm-hmm.
Simone is the dog trainer lady.
Simone, that's it.
Then, at the final episode, Lily and Vivian get back in the water due to a case that their lives are in danger, but they're safe and they're kind of ready to go out again. However, someone from their past tells Vivian about Lily fucking Vivian's husband or fiance and having Chuck. Vivian is about to toss Lily to the street. However, Ned decides at this point that Chuck can actually tell Lily and Vivian because the only person in danger will be him and he should let Chuck be happy. Goes and tells her aunts that she is alive. They're happy. Emerson's book got released, so his daughter came and found him, so he's happy. A dude played by Dewey from Scream was in this and also fell in love with Olive. And they're together and they opened a mac and cheese store. And the show ends.
Yep. So where do we even start with this one?
Yeah, okay, let's start with the main fucking thing that clearly happened. Actually, I need those notes. Give them back.
Just toss them aside dramatically.
I did, yes.
On this audio podcast for real effect.
I can add a sound in if I want.
I know, that's the joy of fucking editing. So,
but anyway, main thing is they clearly know the show was down for ratings, and they were throwing fucking everything to try and keep people's attention.
Yeah, like usually it's a really bad sign if like near the middle and end of a season, like they try to keep like bringing up all these plot points or like start having worse and worse cliffhangers, stuff like that, because that's usually a sign they're desperate to try to reel in more viewers to try to like, you know, get those ratings up and keep it going. But
I mean, it also makes sense to have that in a season 2. Like, season 1, okay, here was the concept. Season 2, here's the reason you should keep watching.
But it was still really rocky, unfortunately. Like, a lot of it was really good, but I think especially the second half really suffered from that.
Oh, especially... Because one thing I didn't mention in the summary is, yes, Olive got over Ned, and then realizes she isn't over Ned, and then the love triangle comes back, even though there is no reason.
That one really felt like, oh, the studio came in and was like, yeah, we need to add this again. But we just resolved it. No, we need this again.
No, we need it again. Have the characters act out of character just so it can happen.
Oh, yeah, that happens quite a bit towards the end of the season, and it's really unfortunate.
Yeah, there's even a moment in the last episode where Ned and Chuck act completely out of character, and Emerson just yells at them like, you people are acting fucking weird. I had you on my team because you acted like this, and now you're like this for no reason.
Yeah, it's hilarious how he said that. Because Chuck starts acting completely out of character because the aunts are going to go on a European tour, and she's like, well, what about me? I wanted to keep tabs on them, even though she's never acted like this at all before, and her whole thing was trying to get them out of the house.
Out of the house exploring the world.
And then they're out of the house and exploring the world, and she's like, no, I want them back in the house. Fucking...
Yeah, it's out of nowhere and stupid.
And then there's more conflict with her and Ned, too. And I'm just like, oh, God.
Which also, the ending thing of Ned saying to her that he only told her not to talk to her aunts for his own protection and for his own happiness. I feel that could have been built up in the show, but it never was, so it kind of felt like it was out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's yet another thing that feels like it was out of nowhere. So,
well, that was the one that felt at least like it could work.
Yeah, that one felt like it could work, definitely. But again, it wasn't even a theme in the season. So just to bring it up there at the end is kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, why wasn't the focus just on Lily and Vivian?
Yeah, honestly.
Like, okay, yeah, sure, hinting at Ned's dad. That's fine. I was okay with that being also a side plot.
Yes.
But Dwight, what the fuck was the point of him?
Yeah, what? And did they end up getting together at the end? I think they did, yeah?
Ned and Chuck?
No, I was talking... or Dwight. Hold on, who are you talking about? Who are you referring to?
Dwight, the assassin who died.
Oh, yeah, what was the point of him? Sorry, I was thinking someone else.
Yeah, Dwight had he wanted the watches for some reason. There were 3 watches, but he only had 2.
And they just killed off. It felt very convenient. Like, it was interestingly done. I actually did really like that episode, but they were really building him up as this threat, and then he's just axed off.
He's axed off, which I found funny, and also Chuck had kind of like a PTSD ghost of
him talking to her, which was really weird. Like, even for this show, that felt like it was out of nowhere.
Yeah, but also it goes nowhere.
Yeah.
It happens once.
Honestly.
And then she's just completely okay that she technically murdered a man, even though he was going to kill her. She still did it.
Yeah. You know, I'm just saying that one fake out they did with the ant shooting him, that would have been a way cooler way to go than how he actually went.
That was rad as hell, he just blast back through the door.
That was fucking awesome. And then it turns out, oh no, she was imagining that. I'm like, no, that was so cool.
Yeah, Dwight felt pointless. Emerson felt like we could have explored more, but again,
Emerson's
that was just...
arc I honestly didn't mind because his character was at least consistent. His felt kind of good, like that little ending montage slightly hinting at. That was enough of a wrap up, I felt, for him. But I think Ned and Chuck and Olive really got the shaft this season.
Oh, Olive just gotten... Olive went through an arc, got the arc reset, goes through the arc again... And then just ends up with the Why macaroni?
I don't know. It's never said. Like, it never said that she likes macaroni, or the guy who plays Dewey, he likes macaroni. Like, why macaroni? This was never built up.
Because they're a good combo, so it's macaroni and cheese? I don't know.
But her name's Olive? I don't get it.
Actually, yeah. Why wasn't it just a bar?
Yeah, because the olive in the cocktail or something, or like, you know, a Greek restaurant because olives,
or olive in some type of animal because he was a taxidermist.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's macaroni because that's it. I don't know why. That's a very strange...
It's funny to say macaroni?
I guess it's just a very odd decision in hindsight. I can't really wrap my head around it.
And our reason this is like, so the summary's all over the place is because the episodes will get serialized for 2 episodes, and then we'll get 2 episodic episodes, and then 2 serialized episodes, which aren't actually 2-parters.
It's really weird. Like, it really felt like it couldn't make up its mind between being serialized and episodic.
Yeah, it was just weird.
And it's not like, you know, the X-Files or something where, like, it's, oh, we bring up plot point, then have episodes, then bring up plot point. No, that actually has pacing to it, and they actually know where they're going to sprinkle it in. Here, it felt like it was just kind of all over the place. It's episodic. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not.
And the problem with the serialized moments is the serial keeps fucking changing and then not wrapping up.
Yeah, it's literally they just keep bringing up more questions and then not resolve them. It's really strange, and these are definitely the biggest problems with the season.
Yeah, those are definite. Like, I can see why the show fell apart.
Yeah, I think they were trying too hard to pull it back together that it just kind of ended up falling apart in the end.
And also, if I remember correctly, ABC kept moving around when it was playing.
Yeah, that's always a good sign too. Sometimes they move it to what's called, I think, the Friday night death slot, and that's usually where they send shows that are not doing well and that they have no faith in.
I do love that about studios is when especially TV studios, when it's like, wow, why isn't this show doing well? Well, every week you change which day it's playing on. No, it's probably because of the writers.
Because when I watch because I watch a bunch of TV with my dad sometimes, and when we were really watching it, there were a lot of times during series where, like, you know, they do the little teaser thing at the end. Me and my dad would always watch that just to see what was going on next episode. And there were every time I saw, and this show is now moving to, or it was like, watch it in its new time slot of blah 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 blah. I was like, oh no.
Actually, something I find funny is for Mythbusters, when it was getting to the later seasons, I think they were trying to kill it that way,
but it was just too darn popular.
Yeah, it still went for like 3 or 4 more seasons.
Yeah, they were trying to let it die, but it was just too popular. Like,
yeah, and then when it did die, they kept trying to bring it back because no one watched anything else on Discovery.
That was literally the only, like, the main thing people watched Discovery for. Yeah, exactly. It was kind of like, I think, was Lost NBC?
Yeah.
Just a little side note.
Was that ABC?
It was, I think it might have been ABC, but whatever network it was on, I always found that really funny that when Lost ended, there was this big hunt. Like, they were losing viewers rapidly, and they were trying to pick up series and kind of make them the new Lost, quote unquote, even though they never said it. And I think Flash Forward, they really tried to push it as like the next Lost or whatever, like, see what happens, and we're gonna have all this crazy shit, which I really liked, but then it failed. And that happened a couple times. Same with Heroes. When Heroes went off the air, whatever network that was on kind of suffered. So
I think that one was NBC. Or was that CBS? I forget.
It's confusing sometimes.
One more thing before we get back to Pushing Daisies. Another TV scheduling scheduling pattern that I found funny is there was this game show called Face Off. I don't know if you remember it.
I do.
Yeah. I think it was on Sci-Fi.
It was.
Yeah. The slot after Face Off, that show changed every week because they were trying to find something to keep viewers watching after that show ended.
Nice.
And it was like or maybe it was every season, there was always some new show. And me and Jarek are fucking mad because one of them was called Robot Combat League. And it was fucking real steel.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I mean, it wasn't exactly like the movie. The robots couldn't walk around.
Uh-huh.
But it was basically giant rock'em sock'em robots.
Damn.
It was rad as hell. And they only ran it one season, and I'm still mad.
That sounds awesome. I was gonna say, was Face Off the one with all the crazy prosthetic makeup?
Yeah, it was. That was the competition, is making different makeup.
I loved that. That was so cool.
I do love that one season. The first person to go was someone who worked on Sharknado.
Yeah, right.
I feel kind of bad for her, but still.
Yeah, good show. Anyway, it's kind of related, but let's get back to Pushing Daisies.
Sorry about the rant on TV scheduling.
It's okay. Hey, it happens. That's probably what happened to this show, so it's still kind of on topic. But
before we get to the good, should we talk about just the awful episode of 11?
Oh god, yeah. Because again, regardless of all this shit we're talking about, it's not terrible. It just has some big issues that are really hard to overlook. Was it episode 11 you said that was the bad one?
Yep, 11.
Okay.
Where Ned doesn't want to do cases anymore because his fingers cause nothing but pain and suffering. So he's just going to be a pie maker.
He's not going to bring things back to life. He even goes so far as not touching dead things in his pies because that was his whole thing. But now he's using fresh fruit because he's not going to do it anymore.
I love when he goes back touching dead things. He decides not to have normal fruit anymore, which is like... You don't have to do that.
Yeah, he decides not to keep the fresh fruit, which everyone agreed tasted delicious, because he gives a slice to Emerson, and Emerson's like, that is heaven.
Well, it was also, he was able to eat it.
Yeah, exactly. Like...
But... Wait a minute. Okay,
What?
never mind. That's some... No, don't worry about it.
Oh, was it pertaining to the show, or...?
Yeah, it is. It's just a little detail from season 1. It doesn't matter.
Okay, tell me afterwards then.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, okay, Ned sends Chuck and Emerson off to do the B cop plot, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, Olive, it turns out when she was a kid, got herself kidnapped. Her kidnappers break out of prison and then come to her to help, to try and get help to go across the border to, I assume, Canada?
Yeah, because they give this whole backstory of how she was kidnapped and her parents, like, send them to jail, but then we find out what really happens, and it's somehow even worse.
Yeah, her parents just didn't even know she was gone or care.
Yep, and so the fucking, robbers are better than her parents, and so they yelled at her, like, how could you? Just, your child's missing for 2 days and you don't even fucking notice? And then she calls the police on them.
Yeah, her parents call the cops and then arrest him.
They go to jail, but then they escape, and now they're back. And
Olive was sending notes and said, in her notes, she said she was dating Ned, and Ned plays along. And during one scene says some... Oh, well, okay. This is also coming up because during the moment where I said his dad saves both of them, he admitted that he did at some point look at Olive in a loving way. Probably before Chuck was around, and that's what sparked Olive for the love triangle again.
And then she goes to, I think, Lily or Vivian, or is Lily the brunette?
Well, Lily and Vivian. Lily's the one with the eye patch.
Yeah, I get their names confused sometimes. And she's talking to Vivian, Vivian's like, you can't let something get in the way of love, and this sparks the whole thing again, and then...
But then, Ned... I forget what word he says to Sarah off, but she's like, oh, so you're just gonna toss me to the curb? You're just gonna give up on me?
Yeah.
Well, fuck you, Ned.
Basically. She doesn't actually say fuck you, but...
Because this is a PG show.
Apparently! HBO Max is a lie. That's a lie. It had to have been at least TV-14.
No, it's just PG.
Bullshit.
And then she hates Ned, but also does it and falls in love with Dewey's character, whose name I forgot to fucking write down. So I'm just calling him Dewey. And, okay, besides the studio mandated love triangle bullshit, the episode just felt off the entire time. Like, just nothing was funny.
It did. Like, it really felt like kind of studio heads were writing this one. Like, that's really how it felt. Because the humor was off, the pacing was off, and just how the characters acted, just everything was kind of off about that episode.
Yeah, and also the side plot with Emerson and Chuck. Once you take out the gimmick of the crime-solving thing, it's just a generic crime show.
It is! Yeah, that's the thing, because Ned doesn't solve it, and it was fun watching Emerson do that and having him and Chuck go around, change it up for a little bit, but yeah, you really do realize how much of a normal cop show it feels like after you take out the whole we can talk to the dead for a minute thing.
Yeah. Once you take out the main gimmick, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, even the editing and the shots, they just felt blander. I don't know, it lost all style that episode.
Yeah, honestly.
But besides all those complaints, the season is fine.
Yeah, it's besides the really glaring issues with it, the rest of it's good. Again, I'd say the first half is definitely stronger than the second half because that's when the show kind of starts to really fall apart. But
yeah,
it still has that same really fun style. Everyone is still doing a really good job and having fun with it. The energy of the cast in the show has not died down a bit, and it's still just really fun to watch, honestly.
Yeah, and again, like we said in the last season, it's very interesting to see a comedic cop show where it's fully comedic. Like, the bodies are still over the top. There's a woman who was harpooned into the light bulb of a lighthouse, and it was turned on, so she's like melted as this flat pancake with her raincoat because it was a stormy night.
Mm-hmm.
And she has to talk through Morse code because you know her entire face is melted.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked, and I love it.
Or there's in the last episode of the season, a woman is eaten by a shark. So in the morgue, they have the shark hanging with her legs sticking out the top.
Yeah.
Out of its mouth, and they have to cut it open to talk to her.
Yeah, it's kind of great. Like that never got they still were just as creative with that. Thankfully, that never felt like it, hit a stalemate or something. I hated too the one where the guy's head was just completely turned around.
Oh yeah, the one for the dam.
Yeah, like that was fucked. Even though like when he was talking to them, you could clearly see they green screened him and pasted his face on. But the actual practical neck effect looked really good.
Yeah, or the dude crushed with the chandelier. His body is still stuck in it, and
he's still in it.
And some of the like jewels hanging off the chandelier are on his ears, so it looks like an earring. It's just great.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I forgot about in episode 4, the dude who's, what is it? It's the dude who's crushed flat, so they have to keep inflating him so he's able to talk to them.
Yeah, that was kind of great.
It's little jokes like that that's a lot of fun and something that kind of kept us interested with the show.
It's that same just really fucking dark humor that's just hilarious.
I do want to see another comedic cop show. It will be a fantastical element of some sort, but just having humor is so nice.
Yeah, honestly. Like, I know I forget there was one with Nathan Fillion that was advertised a while back. It didn't really catch my eye, but it's apparently still going.
Blue Bloods, is it?
No, it's not Blue Bloods.
No, it's not Blue Bloods. It's Blue something.
Yeah, Blue Bloods is the very, very Republican show.
That's right.
With Tom Selleck, who I love as an actor.
I can't.
Which one?
Or is it called The Rookie?
I think it's called. Yeah, it's The Rookie. The Rookie.
The Rookie. Okay, sorry. I was thinking of a different show then.
You're fine. NYPD Blue, maybe?
No,
okay.
It was Blue something.
Not Blue Bloods. All right, interesting.
Not Blue Blood. Actually, my brain jumped to like someone would say, "Oh, what about Lucifer?" No, Lucifer isn't funny. Well, not intentionally.
Oh God, sorry. Just reminding me of that just brought back all the joy of watching that atrocious train wreck.
I don't know how I made it to season 3 of that show.
I don't know.
Really
either.
don't. That is a story for another time. I don't want to get super into it.
Yeah, it's just because the thing that's kind of hard to talk about this season though is that it's still at the bar. It's still at the level that it was when it's not, when the writing's not bad. Like it's still really good and everything we said before holds true. Like, the really weird cinematography and clever cuts and the narrator and all that.
Actually, the funny part is the parts that are bad are the new shit they added that isn't like season 1.
Yeah, isn't that hilarious?
There is a lighting change after the bad episode where the pie hole uses more natural lighting, which is really nice to see, honestly.
It is. They do a shot where it's like really early in the morning and you can tell it's like more soft sunlight coming in through the set or whatever. But it is gorgeous just to look at. Same with the nighttime version they do.
Oh, and the trade-off with Emerson's wife with all the god rays.
Yeah. Oh, that was so good.
I will also say, Simone, fucking fantastic character. I wish she was in the season.
Oh, I know. I wish she was in the season more. Don't worry. I'm sure they were saving her a lot for season 3.
Yeah. I love how she isn't even part of Emerson's ending at all.
Yeah. Oh, but she's a fantastic character. Their chemistry is great, and I'll just say it. She's very hot.
She is. Also, this season, they go a lot more in on the double entendre.
Yes, they do, and I hate it, but I love it. Like,
The best joke is with Emerson and Simone, because Simone's a dog trainer in case you don't remember, and kind of hypnotized Emerson. And the narrator is kind of building up their relationship as they're getting closer and closer together, and then she clicks her little trading tool and says, "Come."
yeah, now come.
God damn it.
That was fucking hilarious. Oh, 10 out of 10. I was like, they wanted to make that joke so bad, and they got the chance. It's great. But yeah, she was a great addition to the cast. I don't think they really added anybody else to well, they added, always forget his name, the guy who played Dewey in Scream.
Yeah, Dewey's character.
He's kind of great.
He has good lines. He's fun.
He does, and he's a genuinely good actor, so.
Ned's half brothers for the little time there. Oh yeah, they get dropped from the plot now that I think about it.
Yep, they aren't even referenced. They aren't even seen at the ending, I don't think.
Yeah, no, they weren't even referenced at the end. Jesus. So wait, they show Pee Wee Herman's character.
Yeah, from like who wasn't, I don't think, in this season at all.
At all, not even mentioned once.
Yeah.
Yet the two brothers who took up 2 episodes, not mentioned.
Yep. From that season. Nope.
Not at all. Okay. Where was I going?
Places. Hopefully.
Shit. I had a point, but then I realized another problem with the season. Okay, maybe the season's a bit worse than we let on, but it holds up enough. It holds your attention enough.
If you're looking for more Pushing Daisies, like if you want more of that, then it's definitely worth a watch. Just be warned, especially towards the end, there's a few glaring issues that kind of just bring it down a bit. But
and also, I still do love the funny setups. Like one of the episodes where Simone shows up, they find a gambling ring in the Chinese shop below Emerson's office.
Yeah.
But they can't use normal cards because the cops will bust them. So they have a whole wheel of dishes that hand out, and you see what dish you get, and that's the cards.
Yeah, it's very clever, honestly.
It's clever and also still a silly, over-the-top way to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely in line with the show's tone and humor. So, but yeah, is that about it?
I'm trying to think of a few other things to talk about, but like, there is still just a lot of fun episodes. I know I keep repeating that. The magic episode where they lose the dead body because to fake it, the stuntman, or hold on, the magician, his main event is getting buried in concrete but escaping somehow. Mm-hmm. But he did the trick twice in one night, so that way when the cops opened the concrete, it was the one he did escape from, and there's a note pretending he's still alive, basically.
Yeah. It's clever.
That was a very fun, clever twist.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly, when the show's episodic, even though I want the show to be more serialized just to keep interest, honestly, when it's more episodic, it's a lot better because it's more focused for that episode.
Exactly. They have a very clear direction they want to take it of beginning, middle, and end, which they didn't have with the main overarching plot.
Yeah, it's a shame this is how it went down.
Mm-hmm.
Because it could have... I would have loved to see Emerson and Simone more, and also him trying to find his daughter. That would have been really nice to see.
Yeah,
rather
definitely.
than just 2 seconds of wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing how Lily and Vivian react to Chuck being alive and how that changes the dynamic, that would have been cool.
That would have been really interesting, yeah. Because they show him at the end, she's like, I'm alive, and that's how it ends.
Hell, maybe even fucking they all go to Europe and Ned starts solving cases there.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We'll do a Hannibal season 3.
Yeah. Maybe they have to flee the country or something because people are finding out about Ned's finger, so they start a pie hole in England.
Called the Crepe Hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Hoodies aren't equal to crepes. Shut the fuck up. I'm making fun of Bryn. No one cares.
Yeah. Although I do love fucking crepes. Crepes are delicious.
I just have pancakes. 'Cause I'm not sad.
Oh, crepes are absolutely delicious. That's not sad. It's a joy eating a
Crepes
crepe.
are sad pancakes.
They're not. They are very good and delicious, and I will defend them. High School Musical is Citizen Kane, and
Fuck the French.
the fuck is he French? I was waiting for you to say something so I could say that. Anyway, so yeah.
But yeah, there were places for the show to go, but it just kind of it only had 60 seconds of life type deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's hey, I did a thumbnail joke because if you see it season 2, it's season 1. Cameron's glowing kind of a light color like when Ned brings people alive, and then I made him blue. This thumbnail because the show dies.
Yeah, because the show's gone now. Haha, get it?
Drops dead.
Humor.
Good humor. You know what else is funny?
What?
Well, wait, are we done on saying stuff about the show?
I think we're done saying stuff about the show, yeah.
Okay. Hey, here's another funny thing. For the rest of August, it's just going to be movies. Because you know how we said we did the top 10 so we could catch up on TV shows? Yeah, we still had to binge.
Kind of fucked that up a little bit.
Kind of fucked that up.
But...
So, just movies are coming out for the rest of this month and the first week of September, and then we'll be back with Fringe Season 2.
Yep, so welcome to Mini Movie Month.
Mini Movie Month, not actual movie month, which is in November.
Yeah, that'll have a more bombastic intro for like Mini Movie Month. They'll probably just like brr.
Just brr.
Yeah.
It's called Mini Movie Month because we're not doing 2 a week. Actually, well, okay, technically next week is 2 episodes.
But that's because it's short. But anyway, regardless.
But yeah, so we have movies coming up. Mainly because we want to get ahead of the curve with TV shows. Because binging an entire series and then doing an episode and editing it the week of is fucking annoying and exhausting. I'm going to start hating things.
Mm-hmm.
So, give ourselves a month, hopefully, to basically get ahead to Fringe Season 3 and whatever is in between the Fringe seasons.
Yep.
We should be good for the rest of the year.
Thank God.
Yeah, because we also got a break in November to catch up on TV series if we fall behind again. Because that's all movie month, which is all already recorded. We just need to edit the episodes. That's the behind the scenes. I don't know how to segue to ending thing.
That's behind the scenes because we're behind on episodes. Heyo.
Heyo.